This video contains information that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are a viewer and are triggered or shocked by images and need a warning prior to every clip or story being discussed, then please unsubscribe from my channel immediately. My channel covers the harsh reality of even the worst crimes imaginable and is for adults only. For those of you who fit into this category, take this message as your warning and don't watch any further. Hello, this is Gray Hughes. This video is about a disturbing case out of 10 Mile, Tennessee, involving an individual named Michael Gray Sr. and his wife, Shirley Gray. Okay, both of them live in 10 Mile. They live on a house where they had 4 children living with them. It turns out that they're not the biological parents of these children. Were they through adoption? Were they through foster care? We don't know, but this is starting to sound a lot like the Hart and the Turpin case. All right, there's a 15-year-old boy that had been locked in the basement for 4 years. And there was also a 10-year-old, I don't know if it's a sister or what, but a 10-year-old girl who lived there and since 2017 was kept in the basement. She was only fed white bread and water, and she ended up dying. And these 2 barbarians right here buried her in a shed, and they found a skull, and they excavated and found the rest of her body. Absolute barbarians here. Now, I'll put this link in the description. You can watch this press conference right here. There's a couple clips here so we can see how this all went down. This clip here, though, I think might have an error in it. The neighbors said that they only moved into this house a year ago, but then it sounds like they've lived there for quite a while. And this is Channel 10, NBC.
It all started on Friday when a young boy was spotted alone on Dry Fork Valley Road.
Drew the attention of 2 people passing by. They contacted 911.
When deputies arrived, they called the Department of Children's Services. Ninth District DA Russell Johnson says after a couple of hours, it was clear more needed to be done.
It becomes a full-blown criminal investigation.
Investigators say once they started asking questions, a statement from the father was cause for alarm.
He made a statement about a child being deceased and being buried in the backyard, which turned out to be in the barn location.
On Saturday, they looked further.
They did find a skull, and at that point, the anthropology folks in the forensic center were called.
On Sunday, the remains went through more testing, and on Monday afternoon, Michael Anthony Gray Sr. and Shirley Gray were arrested.
These 2 individuals are in custody at the Roane County Jail.
Neighbors near the home say they are heartbroken and overwhelmed with the news. They say they believe those in the home lived there a little over a year. And in that time period, many say they only saw the children once. The DA says they did find 3 children in the home between the ages of 11 and 15. As far as if there will be any additional charges, the DA says we will have to wait and see.
Right now, no, until we have all the analysis and testing done, which may take days or weeks.
Gabrielle Hayes, Fox 43.
So absolutely disturbing. Now, if you notice, they did say that the neighbors said that they've been there for only a little over a year, that family moved in. But as we can hear from other documents and other parts of this article, that the 15-year-old was kept in the basement for over 4 years. Now, maybe they lived somewhere else. He was kept in a basement. Then they moved, and then he was placed in this other basement as well. We just don't know at this point. It could have been an error in that previous video there.
Investigators say a Roane County couple locked their children in an unfinished basement as punishment for stealing food. They say one boy was locked underground for almost 4 years. His sister, who was about 10 years old, died after only being fed bread and water. Now, this happened at a home on Dry Fork Valley Road that is in the 10 Mile area of Roane County. Prosecutors say the couple charged are not the biological parents of the children. We don't know yet their relationship. 10 News reporter Cole Sullivan has more details from arrest warrants. And we do have to warn you, the details of the charges are disturbing.
that were pertaining to bond.
At their arraignment, no pleas and a $500,000 bond each for Shirley Gray and Michael Anthony Gray.
Michael, do you have anything to say?
Investigators say the parents locked their 4 children, ages 15 and under, in filthy conditions inside this home.
Had no running water and no electricity. Inside this room was a bucket that was filled with human feces and urine.
Police say the 15-year-old boy was locked in the basement since summer 2016.
It was determined that he was confined to the basement because he was stealing food from the pantry and the refrigerator.
In 2017, authorities say a girl about 10 years old was also punished for stealing food.
He was also confined to the unfinished basement.
See, doesn't that sound a lot like the Hart family right there? Remember Devontae was trying to get some peanut butter and bread for feeding his siblings, and then that was found out. I mean, the Hart case reminds me a lot of this, actually. And I'm actually wondering if there's something about it that's similar. I wonder if they were getting money monthly and just really didn't give a damn about the kids whatsoever, because the 10-year-old that died in this case was only fed white bread and water.
Parents show she died a few months later after only being fed white bread and water.
She was buried in the pole barn just outside the back door with the goats, chickens, and a pig.
None of the 3 living children have seen a doctor or dentist in 6 years, authorities say. All are now in the care of DCS. Cole Sullivan, 10 News.
I mean, just absolute barbarians. Okay, so now we're looking at another case. It's like the Hart case, the Turpin family. I don't know why there's people like this that exist in the world. Even if they're not your kids, how do you think the way that you're thinking about these children? These children just want to grow up, go to school, and have a normal life, and you look at them like they're trash. I mean, white bread and water? That's all you fed her? I mean, you guys are disgusting human beings. I wouldn't even call you human beings. You are zombies. I mean, you are barbarian, whack job. Somebody, it's just, people like you need to be punished more harsh than regular criminals. Even murderers are better people than you. You guys are freaking nut job, wacko barbarians, okay? All right, so let's keep following this. I want to figure out what the details are, who these children are and how they're associated with them. I'm hoping it's not another CPS blunder where they were foster kids or adopted somehow and they're getting checks, and that's all they were, was a meal ticket for themselves. I mean, if you notice them, they haven't missed a meal in a day. They're both plump, very large people. And, obviously the kids were probably rail thin because they didn't get a damn thing to eat. Okay, so that's it. And later this evening, I'll be discussing part 2 of the interview with Nate Eaton and Melanie Gibb. Okay, and I'll be playing it. And while it's playing, I'll be stopping and discussing it. I'll also include in the description, I've also already posted the link to the actual interview in the community section. So when I'm doing my show, I will pause it. So please don't complain when you're watching the show and I pause it and discuss various elements and things that are being said, okay? So anyways, let's keep following this case. The Barbarian, Michael Gray Sr. and Shirley Gray, the absolute whack job parents who, well, I don't even know what you call them. I'm not sure that they were actually parents. They seem like they were just some sort of a guardian somehow that were torturing their 4 children. All right, everybody, that's it. And until next time, everybody, be safe out there.